Hello, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. This is episode 20. We made it. Today we will be heading into Act 2, into a entirely different landscape after completing Act 1 last episode. Last episode was pretty good, pretty explosive, something I enjoy. A lot of good fights, a lot of drama, and some explosives at the end. Can't go wrong with that, but today we will be heading into Act 2, as I said, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get to it. Let's get straight to it. We're going to be taking this elevator. Lots of new content to come out here. Let's read these plaques.
We offer our prayers to the Dark Lady, whose comfort and grace heals all. We offer our pain to the Lady of Loss, that she may truly know her faithful.
Okay.
A couple turns should do it.
Absolutus Expedition Trunk. I'll take that. Oh, they left us some potions. That's nice of them. This place is a bit creepy, isn't it? And there's a mysterious old man over here. He's level 20. 240 HP, level 20. I can't take him.
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I think some proper introductions are in order.
Meet Elminster Ormar. A good friend of mine, but rather more significantly, he's the most famed and respected wizard in the realms.
I see.
Am I, indeed? Most famed and respected errand boy, more like. I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught, but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it?
He's just a hungry old man, and I suppose we can part with a few of our rations.
And a great kindness that would be. See, Gale, even in these barren parts, the art of hospitality begets inspired new works, if only one keeps up the practice.
Oh, for the love of...
This way, then? To your camp. Oh, don't dawdle now, lad. You're the one who's in such a frightful hurry.
Oh, nigh on 13 centuries old and he still thinks with his stomach. We'd best follow and see if he's more disposed to speak plainly once it's stopped its grumbling.
Look, if I was heaps old, I would also probably think with my stomach still, because that's just what we do. Let's hear what you have to say.
Wise choice. Better to indulge your curiosity than Elminster's appetite.
Might eat the whole camp if we let him.
Yes, what a delightful wedge of old Arthurian that was. Doesn't do to parley on an empty stomach, you know. Makes one's words frivolous when they should be grave. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster!
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
You were sent here as an actual divine messenger?
Oh, Mistra's delicate feet are ill-suited for the hardships of the road.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mistra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
If even the gods know, why are we facing these threats alone?
They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mistra's belief that only you can.
I'll be honest, that didn't really answer the question, but go on. How can Gale do that alone?
The orb.
Precisely. Mistra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
So you're tasking Gale to kill himself?
He is not. But it seems that Mistra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mistra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mistra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Mina hastra mistrarium Italion thras annas difra. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
I shall.
On my honor. I'm not sure yet I can say the same.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will.
What is he saying?
Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
All these wizards talking, nerds. Go back to your books.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
Look, as a character that has 8 intelligence, it was kind of hard to follow what he was saying, but I'm sure it made sense to you, Gale. I'd always imagined him to be more imposing.
The Doddering Act is merely an illusion, one he's most adept at maintaining. Elminster is the most formidable wizard in the realms. Perhaps in existence. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
So you're considering doing what Elminster said?
Of course. We offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the Absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
Can't Mystra just destroy the Absolute? Or Elminster?
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he's saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
Okay. And everyone here in this camp is still safe, right?
That's the one saving grace. Seems the orb is now stable. At least until I get to where I need to be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
Well, we're gonna look for another way.
Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. You may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Very single-minded of you, Astarion.
I can't believe Mystra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
Something like that. It was Elminster.
It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope.
Turns out Gale has an explosive bomb in his chest, as we know, and Mystra has asked him to use it to blow up the heart of the Absolute.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mystra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
I think he's of several minds at the moment.
Well, tell him to pick the right one. Or better yet, I'll do it. Fucking wizards, man. They always need help picking the simple, obvious option.
True.
If Mystra can't think of another way to stop the Absolute than sacrificing Gale, she's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, gentle terms.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
Big Bomb be damned. Will, you might not be a man of faith, but it's a bit ironic.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu.
That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mystra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
Good thought, lae'zel. Alright, since we reached the Shadow Curse lanes, technically, let's see if Halsin has anything to say also.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
We're in the midst of the Shadow Curse now. Is there anything more you can tell me about it?
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young Fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations.
Interesting.
But since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
I'll see what I can find.
Oakfather shield you, my friend. It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude.
It's funny he brings up the goblin cell because Halsin can also turn into a rat, you know, being a druid. He can do that. He could have escaped at any time by himself. No words needed, I understand how you feel.
Yes, I think you do. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
There's one thing, I like Halsin as a character, but whoever wrote Halsin's character made him a bit too thirsty. Like, he loses points for me when he starts becoming a thirsty Halsin. The voice acting and his character, you know, being someone who enjoys nature, stuff like that. I also enjoy nature. It's just he gets a bit thirsty and I'm like, But anyway, let's move out here. Now we have the Nevereve's Ore Blast on Gale. We're gonna take that off the bar immediately and forget about it. Because, well, it's not good for us at least.
A broken moon lantern catches your eye. Its glow now snuffed out.
Interesting. Orders. Let's go to the Shadow Curse lanes.
Those shadows. There's power coursing through them. Oddly familiar. Better stay on alert.
First, we are going to turn on the lights. You can run around here with a torch, but I just prefer to use light.
Need to find a way forward.
Because it means I'm not running around with a torch.
I can feel the shadow's power here. They don't seem to be harming me.
This place is heavy.
The shadow curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. Do you know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do.
So what does this all mean?
Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars, perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
Okay.
Do you feel that? I've never felt so cold, and that's me. This place will swallow us whole if we let it. Stick close to Mama Kay.
Alright. I will.
I've never seen such a concentration of shadow magic. We must forge on, but carefully. It will corrupt any who lack the power to control it.
What's so different about shadow magic?
It is the very antithesis of all the Weave stands for. A magic of confusion and corruption, drawn forth only by those desperate or damned enough to accept its degradations. Followers of Mystra, those who call on the true Weave, are expressly forbidden to indulge it.
So why does Mystra forbid this if she's the god of all magic?
Mystra's domain is the Weave and the magic that courses through it. These shadows were drawn from another source, created by another goddess, Shah. Mystra cannot destroy it even if she wishes to, but she can try to ensure her followers resist its temptations. Now, I think it's time we moved on to lighter subjects, for we too are lost to the darkness. Was there anything else?
Is Mystra always so demanding? You know, demanding you to blow up?
She expects those who seek to use the Weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me.
Bishop.
She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me.
And how are you fearing about this possibility of death?
Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
Well, at least he's optimistic. That's good. Let's just explore the outskirts a little bit before we head deeper. Get the loot and lore that we can out here. Dead Druid's Journal.
Research on the nature of the shadow curse. Good to know.
There's some people. First,
watch the shadows. Stay together. Keep to the light. Stop! Who's there?
a ranger who knows the marks of a hunting party. What are you tracking?
It'll be you unless you show yourself. Come out, slowly. Jonas, move in!
Hints.
Jonas! Jonas!
I'm here! Where are you?
Jonas? Can you see our torches?
I can't see see anything. Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that?
I don't think Jonas is okay.
Jonas?
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas.
I think we've just become prey. Stick together, stay in the light.
Harpers, you heard the woman. To arms!
Now we get to meet the shadows of the Shadow Curse. Critical miss. Man, the initiative that our enemies have is
Say bye-bye.
not looking great. From a critical miss to a critical. Might have some casualties here. Ooh. And they start with a giant crit. Man, these enemies are going in.
Shit. Just took Jonas. Make every strike count.
Here we get to see the effect of the Shadow Curse. Without a light source, you will take necrotic damage every turn. This damage doubles each turn you are affected by the Shadow Curse. On my first trip to this place, I definitely felt that. When I didn't know what to do. It was rough. Go smite these fools. They are undead, so they do take double damage to radiant.
Let's do this.
It's okay. Go take out Jonas. Turn on the light, just in case. At least it looks like we won't be having any casualties. It was looking a bit dire in the beginning, but it's definitely a bit better now. I won't use that smite. I just want to make sure Karlak is fine. Gale can finish it off easily.
Well done. Now we've got to move. I know a safe place. Give me your map.
Is it perhaps in that giant bubble back there?
Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat.
You've got a safe place? Somewhere the shadows can't penetrate?
That's right. Protected by magic. Only spot in the region that's not been swallowed up by this damn curse. Light will save you here on the outskirts, but a few paces deeper you're screwed. If you want to catch your breath, the inn's the only place to do it. Hope to see you there.
Alright.
Harpers, move out!
Now we have all these shadow vestiges on the floor. It makes you really feel how bad this zone is.
You see an older woman on her knees scrubbing the floor of an inn. The patrons made a mess of things again the night before. In her former life, this girl played in the nearby woods. She was always the best at climbing trees. You see a man stalking slowly through the woods, bow half drawn. If he bags a deer, the whole family will be kept fed all winter.
So they're little stories from the life that they were before the shadows claimed them. Trying to say it.
He had dreams of boarding a ship in Baldur's Gate and seeing the world. But then the darkness came. You sense a young woman gazing at moonrise towers in awe. Perhaps one day she will get to gaze out from atop it, she hopes. The image of an orange-haired cat asleep before a fireplace comes to you. What came of it?
It really makes you feel. Damn, this zone is crazy. And we had our first Harper death. Sure, there might be many to come. Hey, Shadowheart, this looks interesting. A night orchid.
This place. There's a power in these shadows. I can sense it. It's ancient. Familiar.
Do you remember when we talked about night orchids?
Rings a bell. Why?
I just so happened to have one.
Oh, hells. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking. They're safe. And beautiful. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid.
It's just a token. I don't expect anything in return.
Well, perhaps I can come up with something later. All the same.
As you wish. It is a critical piece for our romancing of Shadowheart, so
The edge off.
obviously we're gonna give it to her. Now, we've got to follow this road.
A little cursed for my taste.
Definitely looks pretty cursed, that raven. Alright, before I click on this raven, I'm gonna put on Spirit Guardians.
I'll go this way. At least things have stayed interesting.
There's always a reason. Because Karlak's a barbarian, she can't actually be surprised. She's a bit of a giga-chad. But we're not going to do anything with her. We're just going to stand here and collect experience. Now, Ezra is currently out there. Dodging like a real boss.
Let's finish this. Moving.
No time to
There we go, job done. Honestly, so much experience for killing those. Like, they're each worth 40. That's like 400 experience. Alright, we are about to reach the safe haven.
Still alive, so that's progress.
But we're gonna do that next episode. We made it to Act 2. We're in the Shadow Curse lands. The content from here is gonna be a bit Shadow Cursey. We're definitely gonna spend 20 or so episodes in the darkness. But I actually like this zone, so I don't mind that at all. The music's great once we get into battles and stuff. Next episode we'll be heading into the bastion within the shadows and just chatting to everyone. It's probably going to be another like talking to everyone in the town episode. And then after that we'll head out into this place and explore. But thank you for joining me. Hope you all have a great night or day depending on when you're watching this video. And I'll see you in the next one.